liked these synths I came up with, but they were just burying the drum loop completely. And even if I turned it down, it was just too much of a carpet of sound. So I needed to find a way to bring the drums that I already had and this synth track that I really liked together. So and the way I did this was with gating. So I took this percussive channel, which I already had. I put a gate on both of these synths. Basically what this does is, whenever you have a signal that comes through from this channel, will be fed into these two. You can see here that this gray part in the bottom is the audio that's coming from this percussion channel. And whenever it exceeds the blue line, this channel will let through sound, otherwise it will be muted. And this is a great way to take this like massive carpet of synths and make it follow the drum channel to make sure they harmonize in the best way possible.
Actually, when I made the track, I was just experimenting around a little bit. I did like on the MIDI keyboard, and yeah, this is what came out after. As you can also hear, if I add on a click, it's not quantized at all. It's very offbeat. It's not following any rhythm or any grid, which I found out later is quite characteristic or was quite cool, and gave it an interesting twist, especially in combination with the glitch delay. Here you can hear it's very loose, and yeah, it's not following any rule. But as soon as the beat drops back in, it is following the beat, it's following the grid, and it's quantized. I think this contrast was pretty interesting and also makes this very energetic peak of the track.
What I really liked about the original track was the harmonic progression, and I tried to dive into it, especially in the break. So during the whole track I'm doing it's C sharp major, A sharp major, F minor. And actually here I don't play the third. If you don't play the third, you never know in which tonality you are. We were just doing, you know, C sharp, A sharp, and F minor for the whole first part. And then that second progression, this F and C power chord, is becoming an F major, and it will be a key modulation that it will come up only on the build-up. This is the minor feeling, and also here. So here there is this minor feeling, but check how the mood changes drastically.
We realize in the arrangement process that something is missing. We try to add the clap again or use some volume automation to get the intro more interesting, but it's not really working. So now we get the idea to send the piano chords through our modular system, and you will hear it just sounds magical.
Here we are working with the super version of Clouds by Mutable Instruments. It is focused on a real-time granularization of incoming audio signals and their transformation into lovely textures. To get distinctive sounds, we send nearly everything through it. It doesn't matter if percussive sounds or pad sounds, the results are always unbelievable.
Now we have an interesting pad sound, but it's way too massive for the vibe of the song. To get it more moving, we decide to automate the volume, and therefore we add a trigger lane with a hi-hat loop from our pack. With an envelope follower, we can easily turn a pad into a rhythmic pattern, and it's a really musically way to create your own unique sound. And that is what we are doing in our tracks all the time.
About the drop needs a little bit more variation, checking out the other producer samples which they created, and then I was in the pack of Tim, and he made this super majestic loop, which is this one. This one is like super nice for the drop, so it got a really big change.
Okay, walking to my Juno 6. Actually, it's a Juno 6 from my studio partner Ewan. And I guess he has to clean it up. So we made here just a little jump for 2 minutes where I'm messing around with the melody, trying out some things. I thought that's boring for you. So here we go with something that has potential. Now I'm adding the first return channel, Valhalla Vintage Reverb. I like to use for synthesizers. And other things too. Sending it to my summing mixer from SPL. Adding reverbs is like the sun goes up. Beautiful. Yeah, it sounds a bit off. So behind the Juno is like a little knob to tune it. As I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. Music's alive. If not, everything is clean and perfect. Some artifacts are always good. This sounds already like this could happen in a break when the long bass line comes in. Decapitator, very wonderful tool for saturation. I'm just doing quick decisions here without explaining why. I think it's more about a feeling. Making a low cut and a high cut. We don't need this here. When I have too many high frequencies in my synthesizer, my mastering engineer is complaining about it. So make sure to add high cuts as well as low cuts. But, you know, in the low end, not too much, not too aggressive. Just at the right frequency. but we don't have to make a high cut at 1 kHz or something in the synthesizer. We need those low mid frequencies.
It's more about being fast and catching the idea in the moment. You don't have your Zoom recorder always with you, but your cell phone you have, you know. I have my cell phone with it, like with me, and when I need it, then I can record something like here. The Zoom recorder I have in the room. So I need to get there first, and then when I'm coming back, the sound maybe is already gone. At the moment I'm trying to find the right sound for the bass. Like in the sample here, there's kind of harmonic. I hear something harmonic. It sounds like ba ba dum ba 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 dum ba ba. Something weird. So maybe I try something with the bass or like layering a sound around it. When you have like these long samples like here, it's even distorted, but I don't care. Working really well as like Atmo.
What I also like to change is, just the starting point of the notes. So this could be also nice, just changing like the pitch of the kick. So you can really feel and hear that the groove or the low end is different than having this just. I like it even more, and then you can like put the notes a little bit like off the grid to change like the, let's call it the speed of the track. So without changing the BPM, you can make the track feel more faster or slower just with changing the position of this, let's call it rumble notes of the kick drum.